They jumped me. They jumped me bad on YouTube.
Stop.
I was living for it, girl.
I think we kind of glamorize the creative industry online.
Oftentimes, I don't have time to sit up and take a picture like this. I don't have time to scatter the paper on the floor and tell you that I'm a social media marketing person.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm somewhat doing the work.
Viral does not pay the bills.
Viral does not pay the bills, needs to be your soundbite. A big argument for me is I get so upset because creators don't get writer's credits.
Yeah.
Started because I feel like you don't go in Walmart or Target questioning them people about their policies.
You don't go in Walmart questioning about their price. Hey friend, and welcome to This Is Not Content, where we talk about the parts of content that people don't post. And we are here with the Key Slays, Keyanna herself.
Yay!
How are you feeling?
Excited.
Excited. I love that. For people who don't know you, how would you introduce yourself? Like, how would you describe yourself? Because you do a lot.
You know, that's a
Booked
great
and busy, okay?
question. I would call myself a content creator, of course, but most of all, content producer.
Okay.
So for me, that means I'm in front of the camera or behind the camera. So yeah, content producer usually goes well.
Do you stick to, I know you do content production, you also do a little bit of the strategy side, right?
Absolutely. So everything encompassing content production, from the ideas to the scheduling to the planning to from the top to the bottom.
I love that.
You know, from pre-production to production to post-production. Key Slays is there.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Listen, I want to kick us off with a quick this or that. Rapid fire. Give me your first thoughts. No stress. Elaborate if you need to.
Okay.
I only have 5.
Okay.
Okay. So this or that. Viral content or consistent clients?
Consistent clients.
I know that's right. That viral does not pay the bills.
Viral does not pay the bills. Needs to be your soundbite.
Viral does not pay the bills.
Clock it.
Okay. This is a good one. Get the opportunity or get the credit?
The credit.
Really?
I like my credentials. Sometimes the opportunity, you never know if the opportunity is going to pay off. Recently, I did a project where it was no payoff. And I remember I was so destroyed and I was so defeated. And even recently, an opportunity that I did and got credit for, that was almost a year ago. I now have a new, even better opportunity from that project. So,
okay.
I don't know. That's just me from being burned, I guess. You know, you live and you learn as a creative.
That's true, because I've had opportunities that nobody knew anything about, and I was just so excited at the time. I'm like, I'm in the room. I'm so excited. And then when I left, I'm like, okay, I was in the room.
And sometimes in a lot of opportunities, you can't get the credit.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of these creative spaces, they don't let you be in those rolling credits sometimes. Or it's so many people. It's just like, I want the credit.
Yeah.
When Beyonce makes a song, she literally will put you
anybody
on the record, even if you clap, even if you snap, okay? You're on the record. And so that was something that I learned one day. And ever since then, give me my credit, because the credit will pay bills.
That's a good point. I think the brains behind the content often gets gatekept a little bit.
Absolutely, especially in our industry.
Yes.
Versus a production company or like music, for example. You can get writer's credits. A big argument for me is I get so upset because creators don't get writer's credits.
Yeah.
That's particularly why I act the way I act and I talk about all the industry stuff, is because we don't have a blueprint. And so we're creating it in real time. And a lot of times in movies, the sound man gets a credit. You know, the lights get a credit. Everybody gets a credit.
Everybody.
You could have come up with the whole strategy, the whole idea. They might just call you the strategist.
Yep.
When you were the creative director, you were everything.
The scripting, the production,
from the top to the bottom,
mood board.
So
you did it all.
It's so hard to title myself. That's why I always land at content producer or whatever shoe fits, because a diva does it all.
I know, that's right. You are the diva. Okay. Passion projects or predictable income?
Oh, this is hard.
I know. I'm
like living it right now. I just got stable and I like being stable, but I love my passion project. Yeah. So, this is, Lord, don't strike me, but I'm gonna have to say my passion project, because I feel like it's gonna get me where I want to go. Passion project.
That's such a hard one. Even when I was writing it down, I was like, that's kind of tough because I know how I act when I'm doing something that I don't like to do. I also know how I act when I don't have money.
Okay. I also know.
I don't know which
when
is
I'm
better.
hungry, when something happened to the car,
Listen.
and now we have 50 meltdowns. We got to call mom, dad, grandpa, granny. You know, you got to call auntie, uncle, godmama. And you're the creative. You know, you're passionate about this career. And so for me, it's just like, I also feel like once you find that passion project, it's just like nothing compares to it.
Yeah.
It's like your baby.
You're all over
You
it.
know, like I'm in this.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, being stable has been great.
Now I do love some stability.
I do like knowing when the money coming and when the invoice clear.
Look, bills paid on time.
Okay.
I don't like to wait till the 5th. The last one is be talented and overlooked or be visible and underestimated.
As someone who is talented and often overlooked, that's such a hard answer.
Do you think you're overlooked?
1000%.
Really? Okay.
I feel like there's levels to it. And as someone who originally didn't know how far this could go, people see me now and I'm very thankful.
Yeah.
But I think once you hit where you want to go, it's very normal for you to get hungry for more. And so now, from being a creative and kind of people know me, now I want to be a global creative. So it's like, that's all my mind thinks about.
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't want to be like, oh, you know me, you know me. It's like, everybody knows me.
Yeah.
I'm greatness everywhere. And that was something I really had to like struggle with and like hone in on. So I don't know. I really don't have an answer for it because I want to be known because I want to get paid. But you know, I know my biggest thing is I'm very talented, but talent without structure is just a hobby. And that was something
that's a fact
I had to learn. So, you know, I guess it would be the latter.
Yeah.
When it comes to this or that, but I don't know. Yeah, girl, I do feel a little overlooked, but
I think that's so interesting. I think it's interesting that social media can change people's perspective so much. Because to me, you seem to be so booked and busy, always out, socialite.
Everyone says this.
Yeah.
I am the rich friend. You know, I am like
I'm tired of being the rich
okay, girl.
Actually.
Don't get me started.
Actually.
You know, when times is great, times is great.
Girl.
When times is not, trust me. But, you know, for a lot of people, I've even had to challenge myself with that. Like, perception is everything. And even the funniest thing I could say is even right before I came to do your podcast, I was in my car and on the way here, I was like, I'm so tired. I only got 1 hour sleep. I have to go do this podcast and I have a flight to catch. And
that sounds so luxury though.
As soon as I parked, I said, whoa, what a blessing.
Yeah.
Like, what a privilege you have to the complaints you have. And now my challenge is you will be the happiest person. Today is the luckiest day. And you have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
And it's really all about perspective because you're telling me this. You look like you're booked and busy. You know what, babe? I am.
Hello?
I am booked and busy.
I like that.
Blessed.
I think it's so funny that we a lot of times, because I've been there the same, especially when I'm going to event after event.
Yes.
Brands want the content within 24 hours. I need to post before the hype kind of dies down. And I'm like, I'm tired.
Like, it's not that deep. You know,
but 3 years ago, I would have prayed. I would have sold
been
a
tweaking
kidney for some of the stuff.
Watching everyone else's story, like so much FOMO. It's girl, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here. Like, don't even get me started.
So you have a series, The Creative Crash Out. I'm obsessed with it, by the way.
Thank you so
I don't know
much.
if I've ever told you this, but I do think you are going to be one of the biggest voices of creators within the next couple of years.
That just made my day.
I really do.
Really
I think about every time I see something, I'm like, Keyanna is right on the mark.
Please.
Like, please. What are you crashing out about right now in the creator economy?
I feel like, and this might not be good to say, but I'm feeling it today. Can I curse on here?
Yep.
I feel like we're all selling a bullshit ass dream.
Okay.
I feel like everybody's trying to sell something. And there was a point in time, then yes, we were selling courses, we were doing conferences, we were doing this and we're doing that. I feel like there are no jobs. There is no plan.
Yeah.
There is no blueprint. So why don't we just say that shit? Like, what's the point of being so like, here's what you need to do to be able to succeed on this business platform or this platform. It's like even the platforms are no longer going by their own rules.
Yeah.
The platforms are constantly laying people off, if anything. So not only do we no longer have networks for us to be able to get us in these rooms, the people in the rooms don't know what to do in the rooms. And yet people are still online trying to sell us something.
Yeah.
I am to the point where as much as I crash out, I can tip with your check. And I understand that maybe if we're going to sit online and fuss all day, we might want to fuss about some stuff that actually matters.
Yeah.
So crash out was really about the X, Y, and Z shouldn't be happening to us.
Yeah.
Like the event space, that's a cash grab. A lot of places, a lot of these events are a cash grab. Like, just be real about it. We don't, like, let's not be full of shit. A lot of these business connoisseurs, I just have to say it, like LinkedIn social media platforms or their
LinkedIn,
creators, LinkedIn creators. This is what you need to do. This is how you monetize. This is how you capitalize. I just got married and this is what I learned in metrics. Girl.
Metrics on the marriage is wild.
Girl.
That's kind of wild.
And as someone who, I am a true creative and I had to lean in more into my corporate side, I just hate fluff. Like I'm such a straight shooter. Let's get to the point. Like, and I genuinely love what I do. Like, I have done it not making any money.
Yeah.
So just imagine how in love with it I am. I am crashing out because everybody is full of shit. Like, nobody is. Creative crash out is basically saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
What me and you talk about in private, what we kiki in the group chat.
Yeah.
Let's just bring it to the table. That's all.
I think the thing about that is everybody's kind of going through the same thing. Exactly. Even when I started this, I'm like, everybody is, I think we kind of glamorize the creative industry online. Absolutely. It's so picture perfect. It's the cameras, it's the lights, it's all the things. When in reality, it is being locked in the house, editing for hours and hours and hours. It's being burnt out. It's events.
It costs money to be able to live this life. I just was watching something earlier yesterday about how being a creative used to be like gatekept.
Yeah.
Like it used to be just, we argue about Nepo babies in the entertainment industry, but being a creative, being in the arts, that used to be for Nepo babies. They used to be able to be the assistants of the Anna Winters.
Yeah.
They used to be able to be the top pick models. They still are, but it was even worse back in the day. So the fact that we have our own resources and we are able to just be hungry enough to go get it, it's like people don't understand that was privilege. This is grit.
Yeah.
So the fact that you see somebody like you with mics, hair done, like that was money and effort and a lot of like courage in your house, crying, panicking, even before you started.
Panicked. I was panicked 5 minutes ago. I was panicked about 5-6 minutes ago.
And seen, like people don't understand. I say this about social media marketing all the time. People think it's so fun, like we're doing this, we're doing that. It's like, girl, if you only do my old job, like when I was running shoots every single day, my body was so depleted. I don't want to do that anymore. Work is still a work. No matter how glamorous it looks, Victoria's Secret models still have to make sure they're like disciplined.
Yes.
Some of the top influencers have to literally turn over content like it's insane. Alex Earl, I think she still edits her videos.
Really?
What? Yes. Monet, like some of our big creators, some of the people that we like gag over.
Yeah.
They still, and then they have to deal with like online hate. Just as much as you get the love, just as much as the hate.
Yes. So, I have a theory that the bigger you get, the more people hate it.
Oh, it's awful. I got jumped on YouTube for a Crash Out episode. I was so excited.
Wait, which episode? I watched them all.
Girl, I think it was my Third Space episode talking about community and third spaces. And which I love criticism. Let me start there.
Same.
I love criticism because it makes me do the videos better, but you will not control this.
Yeah.
I'm really big on that. This is my platform. But I'm very big on, okay, so I'm basically doing mini essays. So if you felt like that point that I made didn't help, I could totally see that. That's how I feel. But they jumped me. They jumped me bad on YouTube. Stop. I was living for it. Girl, I went viral. It had like 30,000 views in 2 days. I grew 600 plus subscribers. Like as much as hate came, it was a lot of love, which is crazy because it's one of the top performing videos on TikTok and Instagram, all positive. So it's just like, it is what it is being a creative. You know how exhausting it is to 1 minute be loved and the next minute be jumped?
Let me tell you, when I got my first round of hate comments, I said, "Oh, I'll wrap all this up, actually."
No, girl.
I will wrap it all
You've
up.
made it. You're a star now.
That's what people were telling me. I was like, is this what it feels like? Like,
That's
this is
why
not...
I'm like, it's like a rush. It's like, what can I make them mad about today, girl? Because one thing I've learned working in a creative field is engagement is engagement.
Yeah, that's true.
People talking, great.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Creatives, as a creative, people burn out a lot, whether they talk about it or whether they don't. A lot of times they don't talk about it. What do you think we're missing? What's causing people to burn out so much?
As someone who burnt out several times in the last 3 years, like I feel like I'm just now getting out of my third burnout 14 days ago. Like when May hit, I was like, the sun is out, you know? Like
all of a sudden,
oh my
the
God.
world is clear.
You know, because I took a pause from making crash out episodes because I just was like, I also only make crash out episodes if I have something that makes sense to talk about.
Okay.
That's another thing. Like I don't like to be obsessed with like a routine or I don't know if it's the Capricorn in me, but I just hate like, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, give me time.
Y'all gonna get it when I feel like it because that's why creators burn out. And so I think for me is number one is saying the quiet part out loud, being transparent about, I think money is one thing that we are not transparent enough about as creatives in our field. And that's why people get burnt out so much because of unpaid invoices, paying themselves, like pricing themselves incorrectly. Like that's a huge issue. That's even, I want to have an event just solely on like how to read your contracts better, how to protect yourself as a creative. And so burnout, I also feel like it's hella normal. Like you're supposed to crash sometimes. Like I feel like even doctors, lawyers, like all these people in these big industries, it gets overstimulating. You know, that's our favorite word right now. You know, overstimulating.
Everything.
Also, we are in a field where it's like, it's not an emergency, but just imagine like we are doctors of the internet. Yeah. And so it's always like something coming through the doors like the pit. Yeah. You know, it's always a trend we gotta hop on. It's always something. It was even worse 3 years ago, girl. It was exhausting 3 years ago when TikTok really got popular. Yeah. But now, oh my goodness, the burnout is so real. I feel like that's why you see run clubs. That's why you see wellness retreats. Yeah. I'm dying for a wellness retreat, girl. Like, I need one. Give me a little sound bath or something. I don't know, but I need to decompress. That phone?
Take my phone.
And I have two.
It's always the phones.
I have two. And it's just like, I think we crash and burn because of our expectations. And it's up to you to come up with your own philosophy for how you want to approach this career. Because again, there's no more blueprints. Yeah. There's no more gatekeepers. So why not we rewrite the script?
We're essentially starting the creator industry. It doesn't look like it now, or it doesn't feel like it now because so many people are creating content. It's so new.
We are pioneers, girl. And I say this all the time. We are literally the pioneers of our generation. Yes. The YouTube class was like the first starters. Vine, early YouTubers, they were creators that honestly we should learn from. The ones who flopped, the ones who spent all their money, and the ones who were able to build businesses and brands. Because one thing about likeliness, it's going to expire. Eventually, they will hate you. Yep. You need to sell a product or you need to have some type of other business venture. And the blessing about working in the background, which why I always feel like, oh, my moment hasn't come yet. The biggest blessing has been like seeing people who go through burnout, who go through bad deals, who go through the highest highs of their career, the lowest lows. And it's just like, okay, I'm learning from that. Like I'm taking notes from that because whenever my moment comes, no, it may not be perfect, but I will be well researched. So I think burnout it's so normal.
I like that you mentioned that a lot of people burn out because they're overworked and underpaid. I think it's the best way to put it. We don't talk a lot about how payments work in the creator industry in general. And then the people who are actually getting paid, you know, people love to keep their wallet to themselves. Totally fine. But I think it causes so many people to be underpaid because you don't even know, you don't know you're underpaid until you see somebody else's contract. Absolutely.
Don't get me started on influencers, white creators versus black creators, or we'll just say white creators versus creators of color.
Yeah, everybody else.
You know, and you can talk about people in our industry, even as social media management. I know businesses that are predominantly white. And this is, I'm gonna crash out about this. I think if you look like you know what you're doing, people will give you a lot of money. This is normal. This is so normal. Audacity and posture will get you a lot of access and resources. Oftentimes, I don't have time to sit up and take a picture like this. I don't have time to scatter the paper on the floor and tell you that I am a social media marketing person.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm somewhat doing the work.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to keep my mental health balance. And I'm also working on my own passion project. I don't have time to create this brand that you need me to create for you to come and hire me. The biggest blessing for me has been word of mouth. Like, you know, my work speaks for itself because everybody talk about it. And I'm not going to get cocky about that. It has been a blessing.
Please do.
You know, but I always say, I feel like sometimes what's holding me back is the caricature of like the performance of being this creative in this industry. And also that'll mess you up in payment because it's like, oh, it doesn't look like this, so I'm going to pay you less. Oh, it looks like this, so I'm going to pay them more. And oftentimes the person who gets more and the client that pays them always comes back to me.
Do you think personal brands are kind of replacing talent a little bit? Because I
Absolutely.
think that's such a good point. The person who looks like they're winning is the person people are giving their money to.
It's
you
a
haven't
caricature.
asked their credentials.
It's a caricature.
You haven't heard anybody else speak about their work. They haven't seen any reviews, but they have a nice website.
A big thing I do.
And they crossed their arms. And they smiled at that photo shoot, and you said, that's
great
the one.
highlight covers.
Listen.
Perfect color scheme on that business
curated.
page. Oh my God, 10 out of 10, Diva.
I saw somebody say on Threads recently, and I was just...
We hate Threads.
Threads, Jesus. I saw somebody say on Threads recently, why would I hire you to manage my social media when you don't have a big following yourself?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, why would I hire somebody with a big following? Because it looks like you're so focused on yourself that you won't be focused on me.
Don't get me wrong. There are amazing businesses. And my biggest word is nuance. That's my favorite word in the whole world is nuance. Because I'm going to say something bad, but then I'm going to always turn around and, sugarcoat it. But there are a lot of great people who have amazing business pages. And most of the time they have multiple people on their staff. So they're able to make this happen. There's an intern somewhere who that's their sole job is to make this business look like it's popping, it's happening. But a lot of the times it's one person running several brands and businesses, also themselves. And so I've heard that many times, like you don't have X, Y, and Z. But again, that is how it used to be.
Yeah.
Again, everything is changing so much. People care more so about my variety in my portfolio than they care about my Instagram page. People care about Crash Out more than they care about if I could do something for their business. It's like, oh no, it looked like you know what you're doing. Yeah. I literally get that.
Really?
You seem like you know what you're doing. So here's some money. I kid you not, I got a deal just like that.
So interesting. I think this is also why this may be so controversial. I think this is also how we got into the phase of, I spent, and not you specifically, but I spent money with XYZ person. They didn't get me results. But it's like, did you do the research? Because I could have told you the results weren't coming.
I don't allow other clients to talk to me about previous creators, especially because
I like that. People
who work with me, it's very small. 10 times out of 10, I know the girl.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you probably the problem. So let's not go there. I don't care if I'm not even cool with that person. Yeah. It's just like, we're not going to do that because you can do it to me. So again, we're not going to do that. You didn't do the research on what you asked for that person to do. So now you are in the predicament that you're in. You asked for a content creator to do social media management stuff. You asked for an intern to be the head of your digital marketing team.
Yeah.
You hired a creator to be your digital marketing team. And so with that being said, if you're not going to be well-researched, then you got what you deserved, in my opinion. You wanted to waste your money.
Can we talk a little bit about the difference? I think right now people are hiring a social media manager and expecting...
They are hiring
content producers. They're hiring anything as facts. They're expecting a strategist. They're expecting a sales team. They're expecting marketing all in one. What is true, in your opinion, what is true social media management? And I know that's such a spectrum. Yes. That's such a tough... As soon as I said that's such a tough question, but...
Originally, and still to this day, in my opinion, social media managers are people who are over the social. They are not creating the content. They are all about, in my opinion, distribution.
Yeah.
That is literally what they are, modern day digital distribution. So as a content creator, I go off and I make all this amazing content and I bring it to my social media manager. They are in charge of all the platforms that it's supposed to be on, any marketing goals the company has, any big days that they have. They are calendar based most of the time and really big on scheduling. They are focused on how everything is overall for the digital platform or for the brand socially. You can't always expect someone, in my opinion, who has a strategic background to be ready to make all this beautiful, dramatic content.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be a very whimsical lady when it came to being just a content creator.
Yeah.
I used to have all these crazy ideas and just go off the rails. Do you think I feel like sitting down and now I got to figure out where it's supposed to go, how to organize it, post it here, send it there? Don't get me started on ads, because now you got to get it to the ads manager. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to talk to Meta.
I hate how much I need ads because I don't have the capacity for ads.
I'm supposed to come in here and play on my phone and shoot this content. I'm not trying to do no Meta ads. What? I'm here for fun. I'm the fun one. Yeah. So even that evolving into now I'm more of like a social media manager type thing. But I think the blessing of it all is I understand all sides because I've worked in every role. And that is also very niche. Everybody don't know everybody's role. Like everybody don't know how to make content.
The lines are so blurred.
Everybody don't know how to edit. Don't get me started on
editing.
editing.
Good editing.
Thank you. I try.
I don't know if I have the capacity for the quality of your edits. I'm like, ooh.
Sometimes I have.
I know that's a cut build.
Like stuff y'all laugh at for 2 seconds. Like that was why I was crashing out. Like I literally am sometimes just like, Keyanna, it doesn't have to be an amazing edit. Like sometimes people in our industry who are just like, it's like me talking to you. They'll tell me like, girl, you don't have to do all that to the video. And it's just like, no, it must be greatness.
Yeah.
So when I say like, if you need something specific, do the research, ask questions. But I think it's time for us to start, like, it's big on having those conversations. And how do we have those conversations and how do we make it digestible for someone who may be a small business owner or like new to hiring any marketing?
Do you think these conversations should be gate kept and kept within creator events, or do you think it's something that needs to be had publicly? Because I think sometimes, and I don't have an answer to the question, even though I just asked it, but I think sometimes there's like a discrepancy between we need to keep this internal to the people in the industry versus put it out, just because we see now we're almost moving into like an anti-influencer era where as soon as you start talking about the content you're creating or what you've done or what you're accomplished, now people all of a sudden don't want to support because they think what you're doing isn't real work.
Yeah, and like, what's up with that?
I don't know. It drives me crazy. TikTok is the worst for it. It drives me crazy. As soon as you win,
it's like, no. It's like, girl, what?
Get a real job.
Have you seen me? I would like for the conversation to be public, if I'm being honest. But I do think we have to practice some decorum because, say for instance, I am doing a project and I'm charging like $10,000. Okay, well, if I am talking to a new business owner, immediately they're like, oh, well, I can't rectify that. And it's just like, okay, well, $10,000 may not work for you, but I'm someone who's very big on, I structure what you need for you. And as long as it stays in my wheelhouse of what I'm not willing to go under, we could make this make sense.
Yeah.
But not everybody like that. A lot of people are very like, this is my price.
Yeah.
The price is the price.
This is what you get.
And I respect that. I'm just someone who's like, okay, you need me to do this. This is my price for this. If you do not want to pay that, have a nice day. Everybody not like that. And so when I say, we got to gatekeep, because your policies is your policies. Like how Walmart act is how Walmart act.
Listen.
And how Target act is how Target act. And
night and day.
Don't get me started, because I feel like you don't go in Walmart or Target questioning them people about their policies.
You don't go in Walmart questioning about their price.
Service
Walmart
providers
tells you what to do.
Service providers get such a horrible rep because it's like, this is my price.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is what I have to do. People don't understand how taxing mentally it is to be a creative. And if you're a content creator and you're editing, like, for me, a lot of times that used to be my role. I'm doing strategy, I'm shooting the content, and I'm editing it, and I got to make sure it's rolled out
on time.
How many Red Bulls did I have today? Like, that's usually how I used to feel. So my price is my price, and the next person's price is their price. And I'm really big on that when it comes to creators. If I need somebody for something, your price is your price. I don't play that.
I think the same way people don't go into like a Walmart and Target asking them for a discount, they also don't go after hours. And I think creatives in the creative industry in general, there is such a lack of boundaries and respect. People think because you're online, you should be available. Because they see you out, you should be available. Because you have your phone in your hand, you should be available 24/7. Clients and all sorts. When in reality, work is work, home is home. And it's so hard to separate that sometimes, especially because you're not going into a traditional office. You're working at home, eating at home, sleeping at home, breathing at home, crashing out at home. All at home, and people always think you're available. What do you think is the reason for that? Or how do we get around that? I think is a better question.
It's so hard to say. I honestly just got to that point where I put proper boundaries up. And I think it's just all in your boundaries. When I first started, when I was a fresh creative girl, I just was like, whatever.
Same.
Whatever you need me to do.
If the phone rings, if I'm free.
Your service. Like, I am so happy to be here. Girl, now, no. Like, hard stop. And I think, like you said, because we come from, there's no borders, we have no HR department, there's no blueprint for what we do. And it's almost like you have to do the self-work.
Yes.
Like, being an entrepreneur is all about how much confidence you have in yourself, how many boundaries you're going to have with yourself. Like, how you treat your business is a reflection, oftentimes, how you show up for yourself.
Yeah.
That I had to learn literally in 2026.
Same.
Like, I kid you not, when I told you I was in the parking lot and I had to just sit and have a moment of gratitude, it's because I'm currently in a moment where I don't have clients that stress me out. I'm not around people who overstimulate me, who respect my boundaries. And it's because I made sure that I set the tone. And that was something a lawyer had to tell me, like, you set the tone.
Come on, lawyer.
This is your business.
Yeah.
So you set the tone. And I feel like it's on the creative to set the tone. Sometimes you got to clear the whole roster and start fresh, because that's exactly what I did. I cleared the whole roster. I let them all go because they were so used to a performative version of myself.
Yeah.
Let's start fresh. And now we're here.
People will definitely keep you where they met you.
And they also will if you allow them to use you, they'll keep using you.
For sure.
They don't care.
Okay, I have one final question. Obviously, the podcast is called This Is Not Content. I do believe not everything is meant for social media. What's one thing you would never post online?
A man.
I could throw the cards. I could have said that myself.
A man and my child.
Okay.
A man I might wave, but depends on how lit I am that night. You might see a peep of a man, because we all know I be outside. But I think one big thing for me is I will not be a mommy blogger. Nothing against mommy bloggers at all, but that is just not my ministry. I don't want my baby all over the internet. And I pray to God I'm not doing content by the time I get there. I pray to God that we've turned the page, if you will, and we've moved on. But I think that's not for content. For some people it is, if that's your ministry. But for me, girl, that baby's at the house.
What if the man is a content creator?
We're not doing that. I don't think I want to do that. Like, that's another thing. People ask me, like, would you be with a content creator? It's just like, what are we fighting over tripods? I just don't feel like it.
I think I'm visible enough.
Yes.
We
have enough visibility in this household. You need to go work on the road.
Do man stuff.
Go do man stuff. Build a house.
To do man stuff.
You could be in some type of marketing or advertising career.
Good corporate job.
And that's a push.
Yeah.
You need to be far, far away from what I do, because when I turn this camera off,
it's a wrap.
That's it.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
It's over. When we talk about This Is Not Content, when it comes to, like, as much as I'm trying to be when it comes to my love life and just that, y'all see a lot of me. I post on my stories a lot.
You do. I love your stories. You have the best stories on Instagram.
Y'all see me all day. When it comes to a man,
no,
we're going to keep that.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Listen, thank you so much for coming. This has been great. It's always good when we can catch up and do a quick key.
I love a key.
Before we wrap up, anything you think people should know about you? Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about?
Absolutely. If you're watching me, please watch my series, The Creative Crash Out,
Yes.
all about crashing out and saying the quiet part out loud. My biggest goal this year is to have more resourceful events for business and creators and the talent that's coming up. I feel like it's our right as
Yeah.
the pioneers of the creative industry to protect the next generation. And so if you have resources or if you even have a platform and you feel like we should collab or work together, please reach out to the Diva.
Yes. If you are still watching, make sure you subscribe to the video. Follow the Snot Content Pod on Instagram and stay tuned for the next one. Talk soon. Bye, friend.